Kevin Ross in the house. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. Thank you for having me back. I
Man,
appreciate it.
you know,
yes.
man, this is a home for you, man. As long as you ain't asking for no money, you go all good,
Oh,
man.
no,
We're tight like that, man. We're tight like that as long as you ain't asking for money.
All good.
Yeah, man. So you ready for tonight?
I'm ready for tonight. House of Blues, Cambridge Room. We're going to have a good time. The Awakening Tour is here. If you haven't gotten your tickets, make sure that you go on to www.kevinrossmusic.net, or you can get the tickets at the door. Whatever's clever, I just need you guys there.
Okay, I heard that. So the Awakening Tour, how'd you come up with that name, man?
Well, the album is called The
The
Awakening.
Awakening. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's the
so,
Awakening Tour.
just-
Why'd you come up with the name for the album?
Well, The Awakening is understanding how necessary you really are. You know what I mean? Like, not only to your family, but to the community, to the culture, to the world, and most importantly, to yourself. And so
Okay.
I went through my own awakening as I was developing the album. And so I wanted to spread that message of positivity, uplifting, to go back to love songs and things of that nature. I wanted to do my album my way. I promised myself that when I had the opportunity and God gave me the platform to create music, I wanted to create music that I wanted to make, the music that I fell in love with growing up in Washington, D.C. So I feel like I accomplished that, and I feel like the people are responding and they're resonating to it. And without them, my song, Long Song Away, wouldn't have went #1 on Urban AC, and we wouldn't have an opportunity to have a second single, which is called Don't Go.
I heard that. So, you know, Maxwell, like, told you that you should, like, stick to you.
Yeah,
Don't-
never do a song that you couldn't see yourself doing 20 years from now. You know, that was one of the best little tidbits of advice that he could have ever gave me, just because of the fact it prepares us for longevity. People ain't gotta like it, but I'm here. You know, and I'm here to put the work in, and I'm here to put the time in so that I can be here for years to come.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be something to my generation, what Maxwell is to his generation,
Sure.
what John Legend is to his generation. I want to give my generation good nostalgic music that when you hear my records, you remember when it first played,
Right.
that there's a memory to associate with the song that played. And so, like I said, I'm just a small part of the microcosm of what we deal with in music, but I want to play my part.
I heard that. That's great advice. Maxwell gave me advice one time. He told me to lose weight. That's what he told me, man. So
Max.
I think his advice was better for you than it was for me. Although, you know, it was meaningful to me. It hurt, but, you know, it hurt sometimes. I'm looking, man, you've had songs. You wrote a song, Trey Songz?
With Trey Songz, yeah, you know what? I actually had my first #1 at Urban AC, writing a song called "What's Best for You,"
Okay.
and you know, that kind of gave me my first taste of how do you say, financial stability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I wrote a song called "Touch and Lovin'" with him, featuring Nicki Minaj. And that gave me some financial stability too.
Wow.
But it allowed for me to kind of spread my wings and make sure that my dreams were possible to be manifested. And so I'm forever grateful for each and every artist that allowed for me to write for them, for each and every artist that allowed for me to open up for them, Maxwell, Neo, Ro James. I mean, these are people that I'm forever indebted to.
Right.
And
right.
I owe a lot to, but most importantly, the Awakening Tour. It is here in Dallas tonight.
You see how he did that?
Listen,
we're
gonna circle back around to it. Let it be known.
But
why I'm here
Yeah.
is for this tour.
Yeah.
The Awakening Tour is in Dallas tonight. House of Blues, Cambridge Room. Be there. The doors open at 7. Show starts at 8, and I'll be going at 9. Let's get it.
Now, how old were you when you realized you could sing? Like, for real sing?
For real, sing.
Yeah.
I don't think I found out about it. I think it was a reaction from women or girls
Okay.
that let me know. And so I had to deal with my my oh so arrogant and confident self at 16 years old.
Okay.
And God had to work on me.
I heard that. So then, let me ask you this then. So when did you know you could write a song? Because that's an art.
I knew that I could write a song when I started making money off of it.
And you started doing that fairly young?
Yeah, I was about 20 years old when I landed my first placement with Jamie Foxx.
But how are you 20 years old and you're able to get in the game like that and be taken serious?
I was just diligent. I was always working.
Yeah.
I didn't let anybody tell me what I couldn't do. Still to this day, people are telling me what I can't do. You know, even for Long Song Away or Don't Go, they told me that it couldn't be possible. But I'm the first artist in 7 years at Motown Records to have a #1 record fresh out the gate. And it's all thanks to you guys, you know. But I refuse to let people know, or I refuse to allow for people to tell me what I can and cannot do in my career and in my life, you know.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time, where you were the first time you heard your song on the radio? Whether it was one you sung or wrote?
Let me see. The first time that I heard A song that I wrote on the radio. I must have been in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
and this was back in maybe like 2014 or so, and came on the radio, and it was so gratifying because I was like, oh man, this is like jamming, man. Like I was like, I kind of knew this was gonna be a single, but
Right.
dang,
Man.
like yeah, we in there. So, but I think you know what the most gratifying thing was is when my record came on, Long Song Away. I listened to that in D.C. My first time hearing it was in the city that I'm from.
Wow.
So, you know, it
That's
gets
gotta
no
be
better
special.
than that. Oh, man, I stepped out the car, started two-stepping by myself, man. It was crazy, man. I was just like, you know, you gotta take in the moments because what I've learned in this business is that if you don't take the moment, ain't nobody going to take the moment for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one is going to celebrate your victories and your peaks the way that you can.
This is true.
You know, because everybody, I wouldn't say everybody, but there's certain people within the business that would try to discredit you, would try to undermine you, would try to belittle that.
But Kevin, there are haters in everything in life, though.
Oh no, most definitely. And so I live for me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And so that's what I had to learn. You know, coming into the business, I was so low key and I was so humble that it was possibly hurting me in the process because I wasn't allowing the moments to really like soak in. It was just kind of like, okay, I got this. Now what's next?
Right.
Okay, this happened. All right, now what's next?
Right.
You know, and so when you really look back at it, and then they'll say, it's not enough. You're not enough. It's, you know what I mean? It's in that can stagger you. That could be hurtful. And so for the accomplishments, every accomplishment that I have now, it's not like I go out and party and you know what I mean, and got bottles. It's just the fact that I really take a moment, whether it's 5 minutes and just like in prayer or just like really meditate and be like, wow, like look at how far you've come.
But it's interesting you say that, though, because like I told my kids all the time, we celebrate things that are good because they're hard to get.
Absolutely.
You know, you buy a house, you buy a car, you ace that final,
Yeah.
whatever it is, we celebrate it because it was hard to get. The
Absolutely.
great things in life are hard to get. That's what makes them great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can't neglect that. You know what I mean? We deserve that as human beings. That's why God blesses us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's different seasons. You know, there's a season to till the ground. There's a season to sow seeds. There's a season, you know what I mean, to actually wait and be patient. And then there's a season to reap your harvest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's our reward, is the reaping of the harvest. Now, the whole process is rewarding within itself. But in the human condition, we may not find tilling the ground and sowing seeds as rewarding.
Right.
Because it's work. That's
Right.
the most grunging,
Yeah.
hard work that we could ever do in the process of getting to the greatness, to getting to the amazing part of what God's gift is for us.
Right.
And that is the harvest.
Yeah.
And like you said, if we can't acknowledge the harvest because it's bigger than us. I know that my life, my career, it's bigger than me. And so I celebrate God's harvest, not just for me,
Right.
but for the fact that it's like, this was a promise that he made for however long ago that he fulfilled for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I celebrate at least giving him praise. If I can't be happy for that,
Yeah.
what am I here
Yeah,
for?
you know, reason to be happy about anything. So, if it wasn't singing, what do you think your career would be?
I would probably be in teaching.
Mhm.
I'd be in teaching. I think that so many teachers throughout the years have made such a positive influence on my life. It's changed my life. It's shifted my life in so many different directions. I know where I could be, but I'm so glad that I'm not there.
So, if I say favorite teacher of all time, what's the first name that popped in your mind?
It's so many, honestly. I'm going to name 3. 2 are not with us right now. One is named Armstead Christian, and we lost him last year in Boston, Massachusetts. He was my teacher at Berklee College of Music. And then there was a man by the name of Edward Jackson, who was my high school teacher. We lost him last year as well. And also Samuel L.E. Bonds, and he was a high school teacher as well. But those 3 men, also Miss Connie Lawson, who was my choir director, she's the one that really got me to do my first solos within church and gave me my confidence. But those 4 in particular, they stick out because without them, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the confidence to sit in front of you and articulate or to stand out on the stage and perform, and not just perform for entertainment, but to inspire, to uplift, to encourage people to be better, to be great at whatever they do, whatever they want to be in life, that they can do it because I am a reflection of them.
Right. When I was in high school, my most influential was actually my high school counselor,
Oh wow.
a man named Mr. Scott, who told me, I was in the 10th grade, I was messing up, and he told me, he said, "What are you doing, man?" He said, "You're doing exactly what they want you to do."
Mm.
He said, "Based on what you look like, they expect you to fail.
Mm.
What are you going to do about it?" Never forgot that.
Wow.
Never forgot that. He said, based on how you look. Now, and that's the thing that stuck with me. It had nothing to do with people's expectations of me. It had nothing to do with my abilities,
Mm-hmm.
my intellect,
Yeah.
my IQ. It was based on how I looked.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What are you going to do about that?" I never forgot that. Mr. Scott.
That's
He said,
amazing.
"Isn't that crazy how you remember certain things in life like that?"
Hands down, and that's why teaching is so important. I feel like, especially now, like I want to give back to my high school, and whether it's financially or whether it's just knowledge based. I know what a teacher or a counselor can do for a child,
Mm-hmm.
and when you have inner cities where these kids are stuck in a classroom with 30 kids, and you're teaching from one curriculum and one lesson plan, 30 minds are not going to get the same plan the same way. These are 30 different minds that operate 30 different ways.
Mhm.
It don't mean that your child is slow.
No.
It don't mean that your child is remedial.
That's true.
It's just the fact that these teachers don't have enough time to give attention to 30 students.
Right.
Some of these teachers, I mean, even for my generation, for teachers that are coming up, they're taking these jobs just because it's a job, not because it's a passion.
Mhm.
I remember teachers, when I was growing up, it was a passion of theirs. They loved going to work every day. They loved being around these kids. And now it's just kind of them going through the motions.
Well, you know what? It's the difference between a job and a career. A job is a
Exactly.
check. A career is something you can't wait to get to, and you hate to leave when it's over.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like you have to choose what do you want.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, and the whole high school thing is interesting, man. Because doing some research on you and stuff, I understand that when you were in high school, you were actually awarded for giving great hickeys in high school. Is that
Yikes!
maybe I read that wrong. Let me see over here, man. But yeah, anyway.
I wish there was an award for that. Because I was busy in high school.
So let's talk about the show tonight at the
Yeah.
House of Blues, man. So are you going to sing some of the songs that you wrote that people may not know that you wrote, or are you just going to stick to The Awakening, or what are you going to do, mix it up?
We're going to mix it up. We're going to do a lot of records from The Awakening. We're going to do Long Song Away. We're going to do the new single, Don't Go. We're going to do Blast from the Past. We pay tribute to, some 90s folks. We pay tribute to, like some of the greatest to ever do it within R&B, soul, pop music. So we really acknowledge the past while living in the present, while building a way to the future within this 1 hour show. I think that we really curtailed a great show for all ages. So I encourage you guys to come out to the Cambridge Room at the House of Blues tonight to experience it. For you guys to have a good time. We're going to be two-stepping. We're going to be snapping.
get
We're
outta
going to be
here.
clapping our hands. We're going to be making noise. We're going to be singing along together. Listen, man, this is fun, man. I've been
Yeah.
having a blast on tour.
You know what I noticed about the new generation of R&B singers as opposed to old school, and this is taking nothing away from the old school singers because they've got immense talent, but you guys are deeper on a different level. And that's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are how you reflect on life and purpose and stuff is way deeper than, and I'm not gonna call out any names from the old school, but you just seem to be deeper on a different level. Has anybody ever said that to you? Maybe it's because y'all smoke weed. I don't know. What's one of the two?
Yikes. I mean, I've always been considered an old soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes that could work to my benefit.
Right.
And sometimes I feel like that could hurt me as well. But in this case, I feel like it's a benefit for me because, like you said, in my environment, growing up in Washington, D.C. allows for me to reflect. It reflects on my environment. While growing up there as a child, you don't know what kind of circumstance you're in because that's all you know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when it's all you know, by the time that you get up out of there or your parents say, cool, we're going to move to a different neighborhood, you like, man, it's quiet and
Yeah.
it's weird. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do here.
Right.
It's an adjustment. And so you learn that it's like, okay, cool. I came from here. Yikes. I don't even, wow. Thank God that he, that he preserved me.
Yeah.
But I think for this new generation, we experience a lot just because of social media.
Yeah.
It's all within our face. Depression's at an all-time high. Anxiety's at an all-time high.
True.
Suicide is at an all-time
True.
high. And the internet doesn't make it any better. So, we could use it as a positive platform, but a lot of times people use it to make fun of people, to belittle people, to demean people. And I stand against that. I stand for greatness. I think that everybody has a level of greatness inside of them that God has given them. You just have to tap into it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody, everybody thinks that this is all entertainment, that the laughs are all fun, or when something happens, there's some kind of likes that you can get out of it, some kind of numbers that can increase.
Well, the thirst is real.
The thirst is real, and that's the thing, is that you got to choose in this generation, or whether you're going to be a follower or whether you're going to be a leader. And if God's giving you a platform, whether you're going to let that platform crumble and fall by the wayside, or you're going to actually build this thing brick by brick and let people know that it's like, yo, I'm a vessel. This ain't got nothing to do with me. So when you ever have a problem, don't look up at me, look higher. And that's the goal for me.
Right.
That's my
like you
mission.
said, it's different for everybody.
Hands down.
Have you always been that way, or was there a moment in your life where spiritually you got closer to God?
I think spiritually I got closer to God just through the process of being an artist, because you need it. You know what I mean? Like you find out within the business it's not that much heart and spirit and soul in it.
In the business that you're in?
Yeah,
there's not any.
It's crazy. And so they want for you to believe in them and not in anything else.
It's almost like a pimp prostitute kind of thing.
Oh no, not kinda. Be very clear about that. It's not. No, it's not kinda. It is.
It is. Yeah.
Just on a way more sophisticated level, because it's all about the deconstruction of your character. It's destroy and rebuild.
Right.
How can we destroy them from what they came in as and rebuild them to be what we want them to be?
Right.
So in the pimping game,
okay. Gotcha.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're there to deconstruct that woman's character and break them down to the lowest form that you can possibly break them down to, and build them up to make them whatever you want them to be. So it's pimp game.
I heard that. How's the love life, man? Good?
It's
Y'all want every day in the week in every city, man? How's it going, man?
Are you low? Nah. See, what happened is that...
Are you low on condoms? We can get you condoms. Can we get him some condoms?
Yikes.
Trojan? You need Trojans? I have Trojans, man. I use them to carry my laundry in, though.
No, see, on the road, I like to focus, man. I really don't indulge in all that. I don't. But what I will say is that I do enjoy myself on the road, but I try not to get into too much.
You pace yourself.
I pace myself, man. We got we got 5 shows in a row this week, like non-stop. I'm bouncing from city to city. I don't think the last thing, or the first thing that, or the last thing that I should be worried about, is some tail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's that. Now listen.
Handle your business, man. Handle your business.
Though I love women, and though I love the act of it, the process of it, I think that when you're on the road, for me personally, I think it could take away from the experience. And I think every city deserves a great show.
Keep you from hitting them notes.
Come on now. Ain't nobody, listen, I ain't gonna let nobody mess with my money now.
I heard that, man. Who you got, man? Golden State or Cleveland, man?
Man, Cleveland.
Cleveland?
I'm gonna tell you why, man. Because, Kevin Durant's from D.C. Kevin Durant's from Maryland. And I just feel like he could have made a better choice as far as, like, instead of going to Golden State.
How's that a good choice, though? They're an elite team.
Yeah, but
Who doesn't want to play for an elite team and get paid ridiculous money to do it?
Yeah, that just sucks, though, because it's bad for business when it pertains to the NBA. It's like having a cheat code on a video game, and you get all your favorite players on one team. Like, that's not fair.
But isn't Cleveland doing that to some degree?
Not necessarily.
No?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, even though they've had the greatest player in the NBA right now on their team, they still take L's.
Yeah.
They still take losses.
Well, nothing's absolute. Nobody's gonna run the table for 82-0.
Hands down. Hands down.
Although Golden State did come close a couple
They
years
did come
ago.
close, and they lost.
Yeah. It happens. It happens, man. So what's the ritual the rest of the day, man? You get some rest. You got a certain meal you have before the show. What do you do, man?
I make sure I pray. I make sure I wash up. So I'm clean. So I'm smelling good for everybody. It can't be in everybody.
Ain't nobody gonna be that close to you, man. You could go in there funky right now. Nobody's gonna know.
You never know.
But you just said you're pacing yourself.
No. I'm not talking about the after show. I'm just talking about meet and greets.
Oh, okay.
We doing meet and greets. So I want to see each and every person at the meet and greet.
Right.
We are there, House of Blues, Cambridge Room tonight. I want to see y'all there. I want to hug up on you and just show as much love as I possibly can to each and every person that comes out.
All right, fellas, you heard him. He wants to hug up on you, fellas.
Whoa, no.
You didn't specify. Did he
no.
specify? I didn't hear specification. Did you hear specification?
Ladies, let's not ever.
Wait a minute. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just saying.
No. There's something wrong with it on my end.
What's for you is for you.
What's for me is for me, and let's clarify this. What's for me is women.
Yeah. Okay.
Always been and always will be. There's nothing wrong with whatever other people do.
You know what?
But God bless them. But I don't want no guys hugging up on me. You can't give me no hug. You can't give me no
We
hug.
give you like a brother hug.
Nah, don't give me no brother hug.
I can't give you no brother hug,
Straight
man. Like,
up.
what's up, man?
Nah, straight up
Okay,
that.
like That's it.
Hands
That's
up.
it.
That's
You gotta be
it.
4 feet away from each other.
Nah, not 4 feet away, but I'm just saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we ain't doing all that. We
All
ain't
right,
doing
man.
all that.
It's
Nah.
all good, man. It's all good. Well, have a great show tonight, man.
Hands down.
Yeah, man. That's Kevin Ross. The Awakening Tour hits the House of Blues tonight.
Cambridge Room.
Cambridge Room. Make sure you're there and be there. If you're in the meet and greet, get there early. So you get that selfie with Kevin. Don't show up with a low battery on your phone. You'll be disappointed.
Yeah,
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
hands down.